What is going on, my fellow trophy hunting athletes? It is Snickel here, and I have another week of the trophy talk for you. This is going to be for October 10th, 2021, and I hope everybody has been making good progress in their games. Let me know down in the comments below what kind of progress you guys have been making in your games throughout the weeks, progress that you want to make in the upcoming weeks, and also if you go to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and for some reason, if you aren't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button to stay around for more trophy content like this. So anyway, with all of that being said, let's get into what you guys are here for, which is the talking of the trophies. So what have I been up to in the past few weeks? I believe I haven't done one of these for 2 or 3 weeks, so we'll be talking about a few things and a few things moving forward. So to start off, let's talk about Max Payne 3. Maximum Payne 3. I have put out all of the guides for Max Payne 3. I have put out the collectible guide and everything. So what I was working on playing through was the hard difficulty along with all of the collectibles. So I was able to finish up that hard difficulty. And then I was able to finish up all of the gold guns, clues, tourist locations, and then I did the last few single-player grinds that I had to do because I just figured I wasn't going to get them through natural progression because they were like getting melee kills and kills on your back and stuff like that. So I grinded those out, got those done. So the last things that I have to do in Max Payne 3... Oh, I guess another thing that I finished after doing all the collectibles was I went up and I finished the last 2 levels that I had to do for New York Minute. So I had to do Chapter 13 and 14. So I was able to finish up the hard playthrough, all the collectibles, and then finish up New York Minute. And now I only have 3 more playthroughs that I need to do, one of them being old school, one of them being hardcore, and the other one being New York Minute hardcore. So my goal is going to be to do New York Minute hardcore next, even though it is the more, it's the more rare of the 3 that I have left. I want to do that one because it's going to be probably the most challenging one. So I want to get it knocked out of the way before I go through and play on old school and hardcore, because I feel like I can kind of just blow through those 2. And New York Minute hardcore is going to be the biggest hurdle to jump over, because in those other 2, at least if I die, you know, we can get a little bit of a restart somewhere. So I will say that I've been having a lot of fun with the game. I've done 3 total playthroughs right now, and I've been enjoying it. I've done all the arcade mode, obviously multiplayer leveling, all of that. So we're just trying to tidy it up, and I'm hoping to get it done within the next week or so. Now, for New York Minute and New York Minute hardcore, each one of these has their own difficulties to it. So New York Minute is interesting because you're only given a minute at the start to get through the level. So you kind of have to like speed through every single level that you do in order to not have your timer run out. So the way that these work is you start with a minute, and as you get kills and headshots and stuff, you get time added to your minute. So a headshot's worth like 6 seconds. A kill is worth 5 seconds. If you get like an explosive kill or a melee or something, it's worth like 10 seconds. So those add up. And then the goal is you want to get through a level without having the timer hit 0. So that can be kind of difficult in a few of the later levels, if you could imagine, like the police station or the airport, the last 2 levels. You know, it could be really difficult to kind of keep pacing yourself through, because you can't just sit there and like slowly pick enemies off. You have to be very aggressive as you're playing. But the upside is, well, I guess it's a downside, is that if you die, you have to restart the level. Wow, thank you, Java. Really appreciate that one. If you die, you have to restart the level, not the whole game. So it does kind of suck because you push to be aggressive, but if you die, you got to restart the level. Now, New York Minute hardcore is essentially permadeath for the whole game, not just the level or the chapter. So that can be a little daunting, but the good thing is once you kind of get through a few chapters, you have a lot of time built up, which means when you get into those later chapters, you can kind of slow down and you don't have to really be super aggressive and rush through them. There is a pressure of like not dying. So you don't want to be not aggressive at all, because then you'll get overrun. But you still want to have some aggression, but not a lot. So I'm working through the New York Minute hardcore. I've been debating if I want to stream it or not stream it. I've been really going back and forth with it. At this point, I'm not streaming it because I feel like if I do stream it, it's just going to be like the streamer's curse. I'll have everything that could go wrong, go wrong. So I kind of want to do New York Minute hardcore off stream, and then I'll be doing like old school and hardcore obviously on stream to tidy the game up and to finish it up. As for streaming, I guess I should hit on this real quick. If you guys haven't followed me already, I do stream over on Twitch. I did have a little bit of a mixed bag schedule. I still do, but my goal for Twitch and for streaming is that I would like to stream basically Monday through Thursday in the night Eastern. So basically like 9 Eastern and later. And I'll be streaming whatever game I'm playing or getting the platinum or anything like that if I'm not making guides. So Max Payne 3 at the moment, GTA 5, and then we'll be getting into a few other things and doing a few other things obviously down the line. But my goal is to stream over there Monday through Thursday and that permits if I'm feeling good, or again, if I'm playing a game where I'm making a guide for, or like tonight, I ended up making the trophy talk super late because I was busy with other things, so I wasn't able to stream. But that is my goal, and then stream on the weekends if possible. If I'm home, stream on the weekends, but highly unlikely. So Monday through Thursday night Eastern is the goal over there. But yeah, Max Payne 3 is coming along. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I've had a lot of people ask me like, well, when you do Max Payne 3, you should just go back and do Max Payne 1 just to get the series done. And, I do agree with that. I really do agree with that. And I think if I do that, I'm going to end up doing, Twisted Metal Black as well, because I did Twisted Metal on the PS3, the reboot back like a few years ago. And I never went back to clean up and do Twisted Metal Black. So I may do Twisted Metal Black and Max Payne 1 just to get those two like franchises done on the list. But yeah, Max Payne 3 is coming along. The hard playthrough and the collectibles was really taking me a little bit of time because I was making the collectible guide. So sorry, it was it was a lot for me. So I was getting through that and everything, but now that that's all done, we've got everything done. We've just got these final few playthroughs to worry about. And I've not really given New York Minute Hardcore a good run for its money. I played for a few hours today and I'm up to chapter 5. So I'm kind of taking my time, pausing the game, taking a little bit of a break, and then coming back. And I'm just taking my time. That's what it comes down to. Taking my time, make sure I'm not getting into any situations where I'll die if I mess up or anything like that. Going from playing hard to the New York Minute Hardcore is actually kind of refreshing because on hard, you rarely have bullet time, and when you use bullet time, it goes very fast. So it's actually strange to play on New York Minute Hardcore because the game, I think the game itself actually is on like the medium difficulty, like enemies' health and everything like that, and bullet time and all that. It's just that you have the timer and the permadeath tagged along to it. So it's kind of nice to go from hard to New York Minute Hardcore because hard was actually kind of difficult in terms of using bullet time and stuff like that, and dying in like 1 or 2 hits basically. So it's been kind of nice. But yeah, I am working my way through. Hopefully, again, like I said, I'll have this done in the next week. Hopefully next week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing any game that I play, but I would like to get it done kind of soon. And the other game that I've been playing and putting all my time into is another big game, which is Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 3. So we did start the Heist DLC, so we were able to do the Prison Break heist. Well, I guess technically we were able to do the Felicia job heist, and we were able to do the Prison Break heist. And then since I was hosting, I got the 25% trophy. And then Waves and I have been doing the Felicia job heist like over and over again to work towards the platinum medals. So the goal is going to be to finish the last 3 heists, that being Humane Labs, Series Funding, and Pacific Standard. And then when that's done, we're going to have to do the Prison Break 2 more times to get Waves and Leon their 25% trophy. And then from there, depending on what we have left, we'll just have to farm out these 25 platinum medals. And then when it comes to the $8 million, you actually only need like 3.3 million or 3.4 million in order to spend the 8 million, because you can like buy the armored Kuruma and then sell it, and then buy it and then sell it. So you can just continuously do that over and over again to spend the 8 million. You don't have to spend it on like different objects. You can just spend it on the same thing and then sell it to get your money back. So in regards for the rest of the multiplayer, I have to earn 1 more platinum award to get the decorated trophy, which I'll get from just doing the heists. And then level 100, I believe I'm at level 93 or 94. So By the time that we're done all the heists, I probably won't be up there, but maybe farming the other heist starts or whatever, and then, you know, maybe playing a few missions with waves and stuff, I can get myself up to 100. And then as it comes for the multiplayer or the single player, I did start playing through the single player and doing things. So I've basically done all the collectibles. So I did the spaceship parts, I did the notes, I did the nuclear waste, finished the rampages last night, did the stunt jumps, did a few random trophies like the shark one, and then the wanted dead or alive. So the trophy I'm going to save for last is going to be 3-man army. So next time I stream, I'm probably going to work towards getting the Kiflam trophy, and then I'm going to just work towards the 100%. I'm debating if I want to work towards the 100% completion first, or if I want to work towards the 70 gold medals. I think the gold medals would probably be, I feel like it would be easier, but then hard. I don't know. I go back and forth with that. So I don't know. I need to look at the 100% completion and figure out like kind of what I need to do in regards to this. I know the biggest thing is definitely going to be like this. This is going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll see. I may just work towards the medals first and then the 100% completion. But we're getting through. We'll get this done, and we will move forward and get that done. So my goal is, you know, hopefully to get Max Payne 3 and GTA 5 done within the next 2 weeks. The heist stuff can really be done fast. I want to say we struggled through the prison break heist, but we were playing on hard, and we had the rolls all goofed up. So I'm hoping the next heist that will go more smoothly than that, and we will have. It's been a blast. I haven't played the heist in GTA 5 in maybe like 5 years. Yeah, I would say like 4 or 5 years. So it's been pretty refreshing to go back and do them. They are like really fun, even though the PS3 is something else. But yeah, that's all. Sorry, I'm drinking my protein shake. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, Max Payne 3 and GTA 5. So what do I plan on playing in the upcoming weeks? Obviously, just focusing on Max Payne 3 and GTA 5. For Max Payne 3, I'm going to be exclusively focusing on the New York Minute Hardcore playthrough, because once I get that done, I basically have the platinum for the most part. I mean, I need to do those 2 other playthroughs, but I can do them on stream, take my time, not have to worry about them, not have to worry about collectibles or anything like that, and I can kind of speed run them. So once I get New York Minute Hardcore done, I would say it's probably going to be around 10 more hours max to get the Max Payne 3 Platinum, and then I'll be done there, which will be great. That'll be a fantastic game. It's a game that I never thought I would actually get the Platinum in, so when the servers went down and everything, I was kind of like, damn. Same thing with GTA 5. Like, I always had the intention to do GTA 5, get the 100% the Platinum on the PS3, the PS4, and eventually the PS5. I won't buy that game, but if it ever is free, or maybe if it's $10, I'll buy it. But I would do it on each of the consoles. For the PS4 version of GTA 5, I actually have like a decent amount of stuff done. So, all right, did I say PS4, PS5? PS4 version of GTA 5. I think that's what I said. I don't fucking know. I have everything done in the online in the base game, and then for the heist DLC, I have everything done other than the 8 million. So I just need to do that, which I should be really close to. I've been going on to the PlayStation Store and getting that free $1 million every single month. So I should have plenty more than enough money when I sign on the PS4 to get that. And then at some point, I would like to do the Doomsday heist stuff. I will probably be focusing on doing this with a very close group of friends, just because it's going to take a lot of coordination to get through. So I'll probably be doing this with people like Waves, Brian, and Katz, or someone like that. Just a very close group of 4 people that like we will be getting on basically every single night and trying to work towards it, because I think it would be kind of easy-ish to do, but you know, only time will tell. But yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm split about the GTA 5 stuff coming out on the PS5. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but expanded and enhanced. I mean, I got seamless character transitions on the PS3 version of the game, so is that really a feature? But as it comes for the Grand Theft Auto franchise, I should say here, should preface this, because you guys have probably all heard that the Grand Theft Auto trilogy is getting a definitive edition for Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And when everyone heard this, they were like, oh, great, we're getting remakes of these 3 games. And I was kind of hyped, because I was like, that's all I've been wanting. there's two things. There's a few things that I've wanted from Rockstar. One of them is something that I would think would be kind of easy, a remaster. Or sorry, there's two things that are kind of easy that I want for them. Number one is a remaster of Grand Theft Auto 4. I really want that. Grand Theft Auto 4 is one of my favorite Grand Theft Auto games. It's very nostalgic to me. I played the shit out of it back in the day when on the PS3, like way back in the day. Did the multiplayer like 100% legit, like a lot of fun. I would hope they would keep the multiplayer, the co-op missions, everything. So one of them is remastering Grand Theft Auto 4, which I feel like really wouldn't be that hard. The other thing that wouldn't be that hard is porting PS2 to PS4, which this probably is never going to happen. Porting at a minimum Midnight Club 3, but preferably the whole lot of Midnight Clubs 1 through 3. That's another thing that I would want. And the third thing that I would want, which I thought we were going to get, was going to be a remake of the standard definition Grand Theft Auto games. I guess there's technically four things that I want. Adding into the... I'm asking for a lot from Rockstar here, which is why I always get my, my hopes are let down. But the other thing in regards to porting the Midnight Club games was I wanted them to port the Stories games. So Vice City and Liberty City Stories. I think it's Stories. Yeah. Or episodes. It's Stories, I think. The Stories games. I always get it mixed up because I think Grand Theft Auto 4 is technically episodes. Isn't it? I don't know. Regardless, the stories games, I think, is what they are. So Liberty City and Vice City Stories, which were originally PSP games that then got brought to the PS2. And then, they ported Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So where were those Stories games? I mean, I never understood why they didn't do those. So I would love to see those along with a port of the Midnight Club games at a minimum, Midnight Club 3, but preferably Midnight Club 1, 2, and 3, which I kind of get why they can't because of licensing probably. It's probably a huge pain in the ass. Remastering Grand Theft Auto 4, and then the last thing that I want from them, which I thought was completely out of the ballpark, the realm of things, was to remake the standard definition Grand Theft Auto games. So that being 3 Vice City, San Andreas at a minimum, but the Stories games as well, so 5 games. And there was talk about that happening, Grand Theft Auto remakes and stuff, and then it officially got put out that there was going to be a Grand Theft Auto trilogy definitive edition that was going to be put out for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And then I kept reading, and then it said that there was going to be updates for mobile, and then it got me really sad because I guarantee you it's just going to be the mobile games with a little better looking graphics. I don't know, man. I could be proven wrong. They could be remakes. They could be, I've heard that they could be in-betweens. So in between were the new Rage engine and the old standard games. I don't know. Regardless, PS4, PS5, I was hoping they would be strictly PS5, but I get why they wouldn't do that. But the other thing that scared me was when they said that they were going to do that, they actually pulled today, yesterday, technically, the 11th. I think they pulled Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas all off the store. The ones, the PS2 to PS4 ports. So I have no idea what's happening. I hope that I don't think it will happen, but I hope that they're shared trophy lists or something. I don't know how the trophy lists are going to work because I've always had the intention to do every single Grand Theft Auto game, just like how I've wanted to do every single Assassin's Creed game. If I really love a franchise, I will do every single game and get every single trophy in that franchise. That's how I operate. So if Grand Theft Auto decides that they do a definitive edition of the trilogy and we get PS4 and PS5 releases, that means we're probably going to get different trophy lists because we have not seen intertwined trophy lists. I don't even think it's possible because of stat tracking on the PS5. So that means we could get up to 6 more trophy lists for Grand Theft Auto games, which is kind of crazy. So where I was trying to get at this was after I finished up Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3, I've kind of finished up the games that are going down. So I was trying to figure out, do I go back to my PS3 backlog like I really want to do? Do I tackle, a PS4 game? Do I finally play my PS5? I feel like I finally want to play my PS5 and do a game on there. But then part of me was like, maybe I should like put in there, maybe I should do Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the PS3, just so like I can literally get done all the Grand Theft Auto games other than the 5 on the PS4, which I'm waiting to do that last heist DLC. Or get people together for that last heist DLC to do it. But I was thinking like maybe I'll do San Andreas on the PS3 just to just to do that on stream because I've already played it on PS4. I've already made full guides and everything. So like I could literally exclusively play that on stream. So maybe that'll be something I do. I don't know. But I will start tackling the PS3 backlog very soon, along with doing some PS4 games, finally playing my PS5. And yeah, there's a lot of other things that I wanted to do. I think I want to try to get a few Vita games done that I'm going to play on the PS TV. That being Killzone Mercenary, and I've been thinking about doing Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PS TV, just because that I recently getting done the Need for Speed games. It's made me think about like maybe I should do everything on the PS3 and the Vita, just so I have PS4 left. So that means I would need to do, because again, Need for Speed is another franchise where I want to do every single game because I love the franchise. I've always loved the franchise, and I hope EA makes remakes or ports of like Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted. I hope we get these games. Don't know if we will. I mean, the remastered Hot Pursuit, which was kind of weird. I would love to see like a remaster of maybe Most Wanted, or I would love to see the next Need for Speed take the driving physics of Most Wanted and add customization. Like that would be dope to me. But I've been thinking about maybe doing like Most Wanted on the Vita along with Rivals on the PS3, just to get everything on the PS3 and the Vita done, so that eventually when I get around to the PS4 ones, I can just kind of work through those and get those done because yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to finish franchises. I guess is what I'm trying to get down to. So I don't know. I may be moving back and forth between things. With the whole working through the PS3 backlog alphabetically. I mean, at some point I'm going to get down to K, which will get me through Killzone. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna do Killzone, maybe I need to do like maybe I should do Killzone Mercenary just to get it out of the way, so I can do like Killzone Mercenary and then Killzone and HD and then 2 and 3 and then eventually Shadowfall and all that. So I've been flip-flopping back and forth between what I kind of want to do. I mean, regardless, I'm going to be making progress in something. I'm hoping no more servers get shut or announced shut down, knock on wood, because GTA 5 is the last thing I'm going for at the moment. I'm not doing hardware rivals or anything like that, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing some PSTV stuff as well. Like I said, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Killzone Mercenary, doing God of War 1 and 2 on the PSTV, because those are literally like the last two God of War games that I need to get done. I guess 1, 2, and 3 remastered are like the only ones I have left to literally do all the God of Wars. So I've been debating doing those because they're not that, like, those platinums don't take that long, and those games are phenomenal. I love those games. So that may be something that I tackle just because I love those games. Absolutely love them. And 3 remastered on the PS4 probably looks phenomenal. So those are other things that I feel like, oh, I could play this for like, I could probably do God of War 1 and 2 in like a week. I could probably do all 3 of those in like 2 weeks combined. So I've been going back and forth with what I want to do, finishing up franchises. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I've been trying to put more effort in on the channel to make more How to Platinums. I've got a huge, absolutely huge multiplayer guide coming up for an older game, but I'm hoping it will be very beneficial to people. And if you guys have any suggestions for multiplayer guides or How to Platinums, if you guys want to know how to get any multiplayer done in games, or you want to know how to platinum any games specifically, let me know down in the comments below this video. I will definitely add them to the list, because I do have a list of what I'm working through. I'm trying to cover some more popular games, which are kind of older, but I definitely want to cover them because they're games that I love. And I know I fall behind on stuff when it comes to guides and content like that, but I want to put it out just because I think it is super beneficial. And I like to go back and listen to it sometimes and just be like, wow, like what a great game. And plus, when I play a game and then 2 years later I make a video about it, it makes me go back and play it and think about it and everything. I'm like, what a great game. But there was something else. Oh, I forgot about this. One thing I'm going to be doing after Grand Theft Auto 5, before I hop into my backlog, before I hop into whatever I'm talking about on PSTV, anything like that, there's 2 things I'm doing. There's 2 things. One of the things I'm doing is the Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC, sadly. I know. I'm going to be doing the Siege of Paris DLC, which I'm anticipating will take me maybe 10 hours, maybe 20 max. I'll be doing this. The other thing I'll be doing, because the reason I thought about it was because I saw it, is I will be doing the Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island DLC, along with the Rivals online stuff. So basically, I'll be 100%ing Ghost of Tsushima, and then yeah, looking forward to that. I love that game. I really want to hop back in and get that DLC done. But yeah, those are two things that I'm going to do before I hop into the backlog, because if you guys don't know, I've been trying, when DLC comes out for games that I'm actively playing, I try to get it done. And I don't have a lot of games that I have platinum, but not 100%. I only have 4, and 2 of them I want to finish. One of them I really should go back and do, which is Uncharted 4. And sadly, another one is Uncharted 3. If they open the servers up for Uncharted 3 for a month, I would do it. But I was so burnt out from doing multiplayer when Uncharted 3 servers were going down, because I was doing Uncharted 2, that I had no motivation to do. I think I got on and played like 2 matches, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this. But yeah, I want to do Valhalla and Ghost of Tsushima DLC, and then yeah, that's kind of my goal. But I'm going to tackle those 2 after GTA 5. Well, it depends. It depends what happens, because if I get done GTA 5 single player other than that one trophy and we still have to do heist things, or we're still doing stuff online related, then I'll obviously hop over and do those DLCs and then finish the online and then get the platinum, because I won't save the multiplayer stuff for last. We'll save that one trophy for last, but I'm hoping to have Max Payne 3 done by then. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. That's what I plan on playing. I know it's a lot. I'm really looking forward. In these videos, I use these videos to tell you guys kind of what you can expect to see on the channel upcoming. But I also use these videos as a way for myself to just verbally talk through and think about kind of what I want to do in the future when it comes to gaming, because I feel like when you have such a large backlog and you have such a large amount of games to pick from, and there's so many things that you want to do, it's good to just talk about it and discuss it, even if I'm literally talking to my wall. I feel like I'm talking to you guys, my community, and just really like letting you know, like, this is what I'm thinking. And if you guys think I'm wrong, then call me a dummy, because I probably am. But I think it's just a healthy way of trying to kind of figure out what you want to play and everything when you have such a large backlog and everything like that. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. That's what I plan on playing. Let's get into a few comments or discussion topics. If you guys have anything that you want me to discuss in upcoming trophy talks, you can leave it in the comments below, and I will discuss it in the next video, hopefully next week. Could be next year. Who knows? It's a lottery out here. So first comment is from XA777. He said he recently got his 80th platinum for The Last of Us Remastered, which you'd started way back and recently had started up again. And I must say it was quite a bit challenging. For one, the single player requires that you play through the game on grounded mode as well as grounded plus, which were both unbelievably challenging, but after a while you eventually learn the layouts of the game and you continuously play through. I felt the same way when I was doing Max Payne 3. Sorry to get off topic here, but I felt the same way playing Max Payne 3. When I got to the police station level, when I was playing New York Minute, I was barely making through with any time. Like I kept running out of time. Then when I played through on hard and I learned the levels more, I literally blew through that last level like so fast. I had so much confidence. But I think just playing and learning the game really helps. There is an exploit to get you around having to play grounded, but I couldn't figure it out, so I ended up going the hard way. Well, that's perfectly fine. And secondly, the online requires you to grind for such a large amount of time. While you don't have to play particularly well, it's just participation. Still took quite a bit. Otherwise, at the moment, I'm aiming for the For Honor, wow, and Dark Souls 2 plats. Those are crazy platinums, both of them. Which both have a challenge in their own way, yes, but still also fun. Yes, so I have platted For Honor. It's been a while since I played it, but I remember having to continuously log on every single day to do things. As for Dark Souls 2, I have not platted a Souls game. I'm close to Demon Souls, and I really want to do the Dark Souls trilogy. I've obviously done Sekiro and Bloodborne, but I've never done a Souls game, so I do want to get through them. But I know Souls games they're a beast of their own. If you've played or platted Need for Speed 2015, you're curious about the experience with the gold-plated DLC, as you've been working towards the one, can't remember when you started. Absolutely ridiculous trophy. Anyway, love the vids. Keep up the trophy hunting. Thank you. You too. I'm loving the progress you're making. I'm loving the goals you're setting. These are some intense goals. For Honor and Dark Souls 2 are are beasts. Those are beasts of games to get through. So, as for Need for Speed, funny, we were just talking about it, or I was just talking about it. I have not played Need for Speed 2015 really at all. I think I've played this game for a total of 10 hours. So, this was a game, this is a reboot that I was super, super hyped for. I remember coming home from a final one night, playing the shit out of this game one night, and within like the first few hours of me playing it, I was like, this is trash. So, I don't know if I even beat the game. I have no idea. But in regards to that gold-plated trophy, I have not gotten it. I've heard horror stories about it, but I don't know if the horror stories are coming from people that are just like, I don't want to make it sound like everyday average Joes, but this is the thing. This is what I've realized with racing games, because I can tell you this time and time again with games that I've gotten through recently. Gran Turismo 5. If you talk to anybody about Gran Turismo 5, they will tell you that is a bitch of a game. If you are not good at racing games, don't even attempt it. And I would agree with them. But the thing with Gran Turismo 5 is like, it's really not that hard if you know the game, you know the tracks, you know things like that. The Red Bull challenges, I had never attempted the Red Bull challenges, okay? It took me, I was in a call with Brian and Waves one night. It took me just a single night of just doing the challenges, and I finished it. Now, granted, this is something that took me one night. For somebody else, it could take them a year of playing every single night to try to do it. So, like, I think it just depends on, how good you are at the game itself and or racing games as a whole. I mean, there's another, I was thinking of, another game that I thought about, like, I should really try to go for it to see if it's as hard as people make it out to be, is Assetto Corsa. Because there's another game that's like sub 1%, crazy ass trophies down here, like crazy ass trophies. But are they actually that hard, or like what's going on with them? Like, I know Assetto Corsa is a very intense driving simulator. I know that. I played it when it came out. I know that. But I'm just wondering if these events are like as hard as they make it out to be, or are we talking events like the Red Bull challenges where it's like if you just put some effort in for, a few hours, you'll beat it, and you just have to do that throughout a few days. You can get them all. So I don't know. As it comes down to that gold plated, I'm not sure. I've only heard from people. I've heard nothing but horror stories of it. Personally, I would like to go for it soon, but only time will tell. I don't anticipate it being overly hard for myself, but it just really depends on how you feel about the game itself, the physics of Need for Speed 2015. That's going to be the hardest thing for me personally, is going to be getting the physics of Need for Speed 2015 down, because to me, they're trash. So, time will tell. But I'm wishing you all the luck. If you go for gold plated, I'm wishing you all the luck. I'm wishing you the luck with For Honor and Dark Souls 2, because you got some big things on your list, and I'm glad you're taking those big steps, because those are huge steps to take. Next comment is from Woody11. Thank God for the trophy talk. Well, here's another one for you, Woody. I have a question for you. Why do you think Sony wouldn't let us sort trophies in the main page alphabetically, or really any other way other than last plate? I know it's not that big of a deal for most, but it seems to be something so simple that I struggle to understand the reason behind it. You could do this on the PS3 and even the Vita, but not the PS4 and PS5. Yeah, I don't understand this one, Woody. I truly don't. I remember this being a complaint early on the PS4, because it was a basic feature on the PS3, and then eventually the Vita, where you could search alphabetically. And I guess the explanation behind it is Sony sees it as like, why does it matter, kind of? Because, people probably are only paying attention to their recent games that they're playing. But I don't know. I don't know. I truly don't know. The one thing that really like irritated me about the PS3 was that, like, if I was to sort by alphabetically on the PS3, you would have games like, I don't know, like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was named like AC Brotherhood. So like the naming was all effed up. So sites like PSMP are actually like really useful for this, because they manually go in and change it. But if you were to go alphabetically on like the PlayStation 3, like the Assassin's Creed games are kind of like all janked up with their names. But Yeah, I don't know why this isn't just a simple feature. Regardless of if it's something that they think people will use or not, I don't see why it's not a feature that's added because it can't be that hard of a thing to add. It should be a simple flick of a switch. Bang. You have it, like creating a filter in Excel is easy. They should be able to do the same thing with your trophy list. So, I don't know. You should be able to filter them too, just like you can on PSMP. You should be able to go in there and be like, okay, filter added. I want to look at all the games that I've platinumed, but I've not 100%ed. I want to look at all the games where, whatever. Another very useful feature that I think would be useful on PSMP, PS4, PS5, whatever it is. I don't know if this will ever be something that happens because you kind of have to sort the trophies. But this is something that I do when I do my my how to platinums. I sort them for people, even though it's very basic. It would be very useful to have the ability to sort trophy lists by multiplayer trophies. That would be one of the most useful and critical things, at least for me personally, when it comes to a trophy list. I would love to be able to click on Grand Theft Auto 5 here on PSMP. And maybe I should get in touch with Husky because he's a guy that does stuff in like Google Chrome and stuff. But I would love to be able to go in here and like there be like another section that's like next to like, even if it's like over here, that tells you like what the trophy is. Like this is story related. Because if you click on it, right, if there's a guide, if you click on it, it'll tell you, right, story. So they already have that for the guide. So if they were able to just show that right next to it, because then you could go through and be like, okay, story. Okay, this one's missable. Okay, and then if you were able to go up here and then say, okay, I want to sort these by multiplayer trophies so that it would show all the multiplayer trophies. That would be one of the most useful things I think that PSNP or even like the PlayStation 5 could do. I don't think we'll see something like that for the PS4, but the PlayStation 5 could do. But getting back to the original question, I don't know why there isn't why you can't sort alphabetically. It doesn't make sense to me. You should be able to. It seems like a very simple and remedial thing that should be on the console. Next comment is from Titan God Gaming. He said he just finished up Terraria for his 106th platinum. Congratulations. You're now going to go back and clean up some easy games off your list, working on getting closer to completion 75%. Then he follows up this comment by saying that he's not going to do easy games. He's going to finish Doom 2016. Great choice. Doom 2016 is a phenomenal game. I need to get back to it. And congrats on the 75% completion. Completion percentage is something that I've been trying to work on personally myself. And by tackling my backlog and doing everything, I know it's naturally going to bring it up. I've been able to bring my completion percentage up to, as you guys can see here, over 61%, which is pretty good. I used to hover around like 55 to 57 because I would add games and then it would tank back down. And I think in the past few years, I've only gotten it above 60% one time. Then I started adding a shit ton of games and it tanked it back down because I was just doing multiplayer. So it's been nice to get the completion percentage back up. And 75% completion percentage is nothing to bat an eye at. It's great completion percentage. But I hope you were able to get Doom 2016 done. I am putting my hat off to you, but congrats on the Terraria Platinum. Next up, we have Spellin Boy. Gotten the plat for the crew 2 days ago. I know you've done that game too in a record time of 1 week and 6 days. So now I'm 5th fastest achiever. What's funny though is I've already had 5 people message me on how you got Versatile Showman and Extra Mile. Which I've gotten a lot of comments on trophy guides that I've made for that, which I think I said, and then you follow up by saying everything for the trophy on both the crew games are still obtainable. However, apparently those 2 trophies he stated tend to glitch out to the point that it's unobtainable for some, though I do believe you'd have no problem if you've done it within the same month, because some stuff like the reputation gets a monthly reset, but I don't know. Oh, and of course, the podium placing trophy for the crew one can only be obtained if you boost it with 7 other people, and pray to RNG, both 4 players get matched up. Yes, so let me cover 2 things here. So 2, those glitch trophies. I've gotten a lot of people that comment on those on my trophy guides that I've made for them, which I don't understand why they're broken. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game, so maybe that's the reason why. I don't know why they have to, break all their shit, but whatever. But I feel like if you complete what's said, regardless, like if their reputation system resets every month, then like it should be stated in the trophy. Like make sure you do whatever the trophies are. Like, make sure you do it within the month. You know, like it should say it in the description. Put it in parentheses, anything. Like, let people know. You don't need to be, it doesn't need to be some mystery. Like, you can let people know. And then that podium placing trophy in the crew one, that was a nightmare. I think that's the hardest trophy in the game, and that was a nightmare. Trying to find it. It's right there. Wow, it's not even the rarest. It's 2.74. That's crazy. As a team, 3 to 4 players finish first, second, and third in PvP factions versus faction of, or PvP faction versus faction event. Yeah, I remember that was a pain in the ass. Getting the people together was a pain in the ass. The other stuff in this game is actually like super easy. Like Enduring Spirit, easy, just takes time. Rough terrain, you can literally rubber band your controller, easy. What else? United We Stand, completing 50 crew versus crew PvP events, easy. Just need one other player. At least when I remember doing it, it was easy. It took some time, but like it was easy. But dude, the crew is a phenomenal game. Great idea. I'm disappointed that we didn't get, or we did get a follow-up, but I'm disappointed that the follow-up for the crew was like so much worse than the first one. I would love to see a new crew game, but I don't know if we will. But congrats on getting 5th fastest achiever on crew 2. It's a great thing. Next up, we have GMZ. I saw that Crysis 2 and 3 got remastered. Also, Dead Space Trilogy will follow suit. Don't you think this remastered thing is getting out of hand now? Most of the AAA titles on PS3 were ported to PS4 and maybe 5. Honestly, I am not seeing new games because developers got themselves too busy going back in time. So yeah, this is like a tangled mess. It's a tangled mess. So I think that there's a few aspects of this. The biggest one is just things that you know I've been seeing in the gaming community as a whole recently, and it's something we've been discussing on the podcast. And it's there's no one to blame but ourselves as gamers. Maybe not us specifically, but gamers as a whole. Because what's been happening is companies put out new games, and then they get torched. Right? They get torched by people playing them. They get torched by reviewers. You got people saying this game's too hard. This is bullshit. I have to play this game 2 times to get all the trophies. Like it's stupid. You know, games are now getting, specifically Metroid Dread, getting reviewed because it and getting score penalized from it because it's too hard. So I think that games as a whole are actually almost becoming too critical. Like people are becoming too critical of them, and what that's doing is it's destroying the AAA market, because now every single AAA game is following the same cookie cutter method and layout. If you can look at that with like Ubisoft is a perfect example. Every single Ubisoft game is the same game, just reskinned in a different area or different whatever. Assassin's Creed is the same as Far Cry, which is the same as Ghost Recon, which is the same as they're all the same games. They're all the same games. They're all generally the same games because it's a formula that works. So take that formula, put it over here, change a few things around, bing, bang, boom, we got a new AAA game. I think the problem is that the AAA market, the companies that make AAA games are getting torched. So a lot of their big franchises are becoming the same things. You're seeing a lot of creativity in the AA and the indie market, which is kind of what's booming right now. So what these AAA companies are doing is they're just remastering old games because those are games that worked in the past. These AAA companies are almost they're falling to like a safe fail mechanism where they're like, it's almost like they're saying like, this one thing didn't work for us, so now we have to fall back and we got to do everything. But like in reality, it comes off as being lazy. Like Rockstar is a perfect example of this. You know, Rockstar has made 2 games since 2013: Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5. What am I saying? 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead 2. Mind you, phenomenal games. Both of them phenomenal games. We are now in 2021, going into 2022 soon. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 8 years. So in 8 years, we've gotten 2 games from Rockstar, which is fine. 4 years a game. Fine. We should be getting a new game from them soon, but we won't. We're getting ports and remakes of Grand Theft Auto 5. We're getting what are they calling it? The definitive edition of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Like, what? And I think it comes off as lazy, but the thing is they're doing they're just doing what's easy and what's safe because it's not going to hurt them, really. It will hurt them, but like it really won't. I think that if they were to remake the trilogy and redo them in the Rage engine with brand new graphics, with HD graphics and everything, 60 frames, all that, I think those games would sell like hotcakes. Regardless, they're probably going to sell like hotcakes, but like they would sell even better if they remade them. But I don't know why they don't do that. But, like with the Crisis thing, I don't get it. With the Dead Space thing, I kind of get it because Dead Space was killed off. So like I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. and I totally get the wanting to provide the current generation of gamers with games from those previous generations. But what it comes down to is what it came down to before, right? When you were playing on your PS3, if you wanted to play, I don't know, if you were playing on your PS3, right, and you wanted to go play GTA 3, well, they didn't just port GTA 3 to the PS3. You had to go buy a PS2, a copy of GTA 3. You had to go buy the old console because that's what it was on. So yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird dilemma. And I think that a lot of AAA companies are just falling back on what's safe, what works, and not taking risks because it's not working out for them. A lot of risks that they're taking are not working out for them. And you now see games like, again, the Crisis, the Dead Space. You got the whole KOTOR thing happening where they're making a remake of KOTOR, but then they're making a port of KOTOR for the Switch, which probably means we're going to get a port of KOTOR on the PS4 and PS5. So it's like we're going to get a port and a remake probably of KOTOR, which I'm fine with. But I was always fine with the remakes and remasters if it didn't pull away from developing new AAA games. But I do think it's getting out of hand now. I truly do. And I think mainly it's coming down to like EA. I think EA is one to blame. I mean, the 2 games you mentioned, I think Crisis is EA, isn't it? Let me look. Because it's like recently. I don't fucking know. Wait, what? Crytek is publishing it? What? Excuse me? Yeah, I thought Crisis was EA. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It really confuses me. I would be fine with remakes and remasters or remasters if it wasn't pulling away from AAA, but I definitely think it is. And I think the most annoying thing with EA is like they're remaking and remastering games, but like how long did they have the Star Wars license and we got like what, 3 games? Like what? But don't worry. We got a new FIFA every year. We got a new Madden every year. We got new sports games every year. But the franchises that matter, get it out of here. We don't want that. But yeah, I do think it comes down to like a fail-safe mechanism is what it's coming down to. And if you really want to get into new games, you want new games, you should be looking in A, the indie market, which I'm not a huge fan of, but B, the AA market is somewhere that you should be looking if you want, creative games that aren't just the same cookie cutter, playthrough and game and everything like that, because every AAA game is becoming the same thing. If you're playing a Ubisoft open world game, you can trust me when I say this, it's the same game. I think the most diverse game that Ubisoft has made in the past few years when it comes to their gameplay formula has been The Division. Other than that, every single game has been the same exact damn game, just in a different play style or genre or whatever. They're literally same layout, just, different franchise. But again, I'm okay with remasters and remakes to an extent, but I do, it is getting out of hand. It's like the whole GTA 5 thing, right? Why why are we putting out an expanded and enhanced version of GTA 5 for the PS5 when you can literally play the PS4 version on the PS5? I never understood that about shit, right? I really never understood that about games. Like a game, and again, I'm gonna shit on a game that like I really enjoyed, Ghost of Tsushima. Why did we get a Ghost of Tsushima director's cut specifically on the PS5 when you can buy the PS4 version of the game, download it on your PS5, download a PS5 patch, and have 60 frames? Why the hell did we get a whole new version of it then? Like, I don't get that. Like, that's confusing me as well. Like, what? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. There's a lot of confusing things happening. All I know is I'm blessed that they're doing all this bullshit right now and we're not getting a lot of new games, like crazy amounts of new games, because I got a huge ass backlog to tackle. So I got plenty more than enough stuff to play because next comment is from Katz. He says, don't just play hard games because you'll end up like me, who only knows how to throw yourself into the worst garbage just to become a sweaty, angry mess because you don't know how to enjoy games otherwise. Yeah, I think I was talking about like, don't play games for numbers, regardless of what your numbers are. Don't play games because you want to earn ultra rares. Don't play games because you want the most amount of platinums. Play games to play games, because if you play it for those two other reasons, you will burn yourself out. You will knock yourself out from gaming and you will never want to play games ever again. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been, me personally, I will say, have been able to sustain being able to play games and trophy hunt for as long as I have, because I'm continuing to play games today how I played games 15 years ago. I'm playing the same exact way. No different. So, yeah, when you start playing for a different reason and it ends up being not the reason you want to play for, you just burn yourself out completely and then you don't want to do it anymore. Then next comment from Waves. So when are you doing El Shad? What the hell is this? Isn't this game like stupid expensive, Waves? This looks like trash, man. Like, I ain't playing this trash ass game, but it's got an ultra rare platinum. I'm not playing that. Get that out of here. Last up from Dead Memes, Stream Old Man. Give me a day. Sometimes I forget what day it is because I'm old. Anyway, that's all the topics. If you guys have any topics or anything that you want me to discuss in next week's Trophy Talk or whenever I do the next one, you can leave them in the comments below this video, and I will gladly talk about them in the next week or next episode, I guess you could say. I hope everyone continues to play games, continues to trophy hunt, continues to have a fun time playing whatever you're playing. I hope everyone is able to finally get a PlayStation 5 and finally play it, because I've done one of those two things and it's not the getting it, it's the playing. I don't know where I was going with that, but regardless, I have a PS5. I just haven't touched it. So I hope everyone's able to get their PS5 and play their PS5 and play their games and enjoy their games and everything like that. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down in the description below. You're going to find links to all types of stuff. Again, my Twitter, follow me there if you want to see some discussion, my Twitch, other videos like this. Be sure to check out my recent How to Platinums and stuff. And if you guys want to see, or if you guys want to know how to platinum a game or get through the multiplayer in a game, be sure to leave that down in the comments below, and I will add it to a list and do it. I'm only going to focus on doing those type of videos on games that I've either done the multiplayer or platinum, because I like to kind of experience it. And if I haven't platinumed, I will add it to the list and, you know, get around to it or do the multiplayer. So leave those down in the comments below if you have any suggestions there. Anyway, like I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. I got to get out of here before the hour mark hits, so I hope to see you guys around sometime soon.